What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Excuse me. Now, before we get started with today's very interesting video, if you will, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close, and we are now 240 subs away from hitting 500 subs. And who knows? Maybe we might hit 500 subs by the end of the summer. Only time will tell. But as I have said in previous videos, if this channel does get to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners over at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a piece of Exodia, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed. The possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners over at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull a collector's rare out of this set. Excuse me. But with that being said, if you guys want to see those boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue. Maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue. Deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, because more than 85% of you guys are watching the content, but you guys are not even subscribed. And to top it all off, we got to get more women to watch the content as well. So if you guys are watching the content, you like the content, and you want more of the content, but you guys have not subscribed as of yet, then make sure you guys do indeed subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be down in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be down in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which is pretty much today's video. But the question of the day is this: Do you guys believe that we will see Bobby Lashley back in WWE at some point down the road? Let me know down in the comments below, and also post in the comments your favorite Bobby Lashley moment from this second run he's had in WWE. Let me know down in the comments below. And it appears that Bobby Lashley's plans for the future have been revealed. So let's get straight into it. What's interesting is that he was in a recent interview with the Laboratory podcast, and he was asked if he felt more connected to either Vince McMahon or Triple H at a working level, as he himself had lived in both eras of WWE, with both guys in charge in both of his runs in WWE. And he said, quote, "If I say the wrong thing right now," and he laughed and he said, quote, "I had a connection with Vince. Vince understood me. Vince was very involved in the show and kept an eye on people who looked like stars. He saw that in me. There had been a lot of little tips that Vince has given me throughout my career, and he's told me different things. Vince saw me as," quote, "I can say that Bobby is committed like no other. I can send him anywhere in the country to represent the brand. He saw me as a star. I like Vince. I've never been so close to Hunter. Hunter has his own guys. I tried, but we didn't work together enough to get to know each other." So it's it's a bit unfortunate because you look at the career that Bobby had in both of his runs in WWE. Think about this: two-time ECW champion and a former U.S. champion. Those were the three titles that he held during his first run in WWE. His second run in WWE, he had won his, I believe, his second and his third U.S. titles. And then, hang on, guys. If I remember correctly, it's been a while. But I believe now I believe his this run he has since coming back to WWE in 2018. He has held, if I can scroll all the way down. Scroll all the way down. Scroll all the way down. Here we are. So his time so his first run in WWE, he had two ECW titles and one US title. This second run he had in WWE, he held two WWE titles, two Intercontinental titles, two more US titles, a Slammy Award for Trash Talker of the Year, and of course won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal last year, the night before WrestleMania, which is weird because you look at as well his time in TNA. He's a former four-time TNA World Champion, a former TNA X Division Champion, and he's also a former and the last ever TNA King of the Mountain Champion, which we talked about that in a previous video when, you know, talking about Bobby Lashley potentially leaving WWE. We talked about how TNA, before it became the King of the Mountain Championship, it became known as the TNA Television Championship at one point in its legacy. And nowadays, obviously the title is no longer around, but it's weird because Bobby Lashley had such an incredible run in WWE, especially with this current run. Was truly historic. And what's even more cool is that he actually took part in Celebrity Family Feud earlier this year, which he was part of the men's team that featured himself, the Street Profits, Austin Theory, and the now new United States champion LA Knight. And the episode was actually filmed right before Bobby Lashley had left WWE. So what's interesting is that Lashley's this run, he's had such an incredible run. He's done so much for WWE over the last several years, especially since leaving, especially since coming back in 2018. This run has been incredible, absolutely incredible, and I think honestly, looking on this run that Lashley's had, it's crazy because Bobby Lashley also stated also mentioned that he plans to excuse me, plans to he says that he plans to continue wrestling outside of WWE, and there have been a lot of chatter that he's actually slated to sign with AEW at some point. But there have been also rumors that he plans to re-sign with TNA at some point as well later this year, which we don't really know. This was actually an idea that a lot of fans had been clamoring for the last like couple of weeks or so, ever since ever since Bobby left WWE not that long ago. Even also MVP as well. He's also rumored to go back to TNA, which is also weird because you look at what those two guys did together. Not Bobby Lashley, and MVP held Bobby Lashley so much, especially throughout the pandemic. His time as WWE champion was absolutely incredible, and again, as I mentioned before, he's a 2-time WWE champion, and Bobby Lashley did so much as WWE champion. And again, with everything that he's done, it comes down to what the pros and cons are of Bobby Lashley going back to TNA. One of the biggest pros is that he ends up competing on NXT, which is a possibility. Given the fact that TNA and NXT have been working together pretty much throughout the entire summer this year, and I find it weird that if Bobby Lashley does get signed with TNA, we could end up seeing seeing Bobby Lashley compete in NXT, maybe even going up against Ethan Page and the NXT title, which is very possible, but we really don't know for sure. It's hard to say whether or not we will see Lashley in NXT. It would be interesting, but who knows? But you look at the roster for TNA. Honestly, it's not too. It's again. I mean, I've touched on it before, and it's crazy. It's not too shabby. I mean, you look at everybody who's in TNA right now. You got Nick Nemeth or Dolph Ziggler, who's now I guess after what happened in Slammiversary is now the TNA World Champion. You've got Jordan Grace, the TNA Knockouts Champion. You've got PCO, who is the TNA Digital Media Champion, and then just the roster is completely loaded. You've got guys like Ace Steel, AJ Francis, Ash by Elegance, or Dana Brooke back in the day. Crazy Steve. It's been a while since I've seen TNA, but again, Crazy Steve, TNA original, Eddie Edwards, TNA original, Decay, another TNA original. Funny enough, Crazy Steve was actually on what was a part of Decay at one point. Showtime Eric Young, same thing. He's a TNA original. Gail Kim, Frankie Kazarian, Havoc. Who else? Yeah, who else is a TNA original? Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy. Um, just to name a few. Actually, they're all TNA originals, and it's crazy. It's crazy to see that this roster has been is just absolutely loaded. Even also, you've got guys like Santino Marella, who apparently, from what I had seen on social media, is like the director of Authority. I think, I don't know, but Lashley being in this version of TNA, it would do wonders for his career because he can go after the TNA World Title again, become their champion, and then end up competing on NXT and just having a ball. I think he would do wonders for his career. But again, there have been a lot of rumors that he could end up signing with AEW at some point. But we really don't know. We really don't know. But if he does sign with AEW, it's a bit of a stretch, because I think with the lack of fans that show up to those shows, from what I've seen on social media, not the best. But if he were to re-sign with TNA, stay there for a couple of years, and then just finish up his career in WWE, that right there would cap off an incredible career for the Almighty. But we will have to wait and see. It is a bit unfortunate though that the Pride, it didn't go as far as fans were expecting, because it was actually Bobby Lashley's idea, from what I had heard, to form the Pride with B-Fab and with the Street Profits. Now the Pride is just B-Fab and the Profits, which it's not the same. It's not going to be the same, without Bobby Lashley. So it's unfortunate, but that's just how things go in the world of professional wrestling. But I want your guys' opinion as to whether or not Bobby Lashley should re-sign with TNA. Should he go to AEW? What are your guys' thoughts? Let me know down in the comments below. And that'll do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more WWE topic videos in the future, then make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be down in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.